of the Ghana Stammering Association and Ghana Speech Language. He's also a Ghana speech language pathologist. And Matthew Okan, who is one of those children who is part of the Camp Dream Speak Live beneficiary. Did I get that right? You're welcome to Breakfast Daily Weekend.
Thanks for having us.
All right, let me start with you. Tell us about that event that you had and the importance of the organization, the Ghana Stammering Association.
All right, thank you so much. And a good morning to your lovely
viewers.
Yes. Emmanuel, as you said, and I'm the president of the Ghana Stammering Association. So the Ghana Stammering Association has been in existence for some years now, and we are primarily into supporting people who stammer and also advocating for their rights and their dignity here in Ghana. I know most people do not know about the Ghana Stammering Association, but we are quite active online. We've had several events in the past, and the Camp Dream Speak Live that we just had it this past week, just yesterday. It ended yesterday from the 11th to the 15th. And Camp Dream Speak Live, it's an evidence-based stuttering program that seeks to support people who stammer, especially children who stammer, with the goal of, one, helping them to develop like a positive perception about the peer-to-peer relationship they have, and also helps them to be able to increase their communication effectiveness, also helps them to build their resiliency, and it also helps them to know more about stammering. Because as you know, stammering has a verbal difference, not so many people know about it. And as people who stammer, not having a lot of information about this verbal difference makes it even hard for them to advocate for themselves. So these are some of the things that we actually learned, and it's become model. So the Camp Dream Speak Live actually originated from the University of Texas in Austin by a professor called Dr. Courtney Bird. They started this camp in 2014, and it's based on an approach called the CARE model, where the CARE is an acronym. C is for communication, A is for advocacy, R is for resiliency, and E is for education. So these are the 4 pillars on which the CARE model is built. And very importantly, the CARE model does not ask people who stammer to change the way they talk, because we believe the way people who stammer talk is authentic, and instead of them having to change the way they talk to suit what the public wants, we want them to feel good in that identity. Rather than changing the way they speak, we advocate for them to communicate effectively, where you can be an excellent communicator even though you're a person who stammers. For them to be able to advocate for themselves, self-disclose, to build their resiliency, and also to help them to understand more about stammering. So basically that's what the CARE model and the Camp Speak Dream Live is about.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Let's speak to Matthew. How has it been coping with being a stammerer? And then after you joined the Dream Speak Live, how has that changed, and what coping mechanisms have you learned from there that you're channeling into school and other things?
Please, good morning.
Good morning. Speak up for me.
And please, good morning. And please, I am a person who stammers.
Okay.
And please, in my speech, you expect some prolongations, repeats, and blocks. As you said, when I was a stammerer, when I am in class, I feel shy to answer questions, speak. But now, when I joined the camp about Dream Speak Live, it has changed my life for me. Now I can go out there, talk to people, educate people about stammering. Now, I don't feel shy to like talk to people about my stammering.
Good. Emmanuel, what kind of coping mechanisms do you, teach in your camp? And for people who've never heard about this, how can they contact you and, join or be a part so that they can also learn how to cope with their stammering?
All right, thank you. So we teach lots of coping mechanisms, especially the ones that will help children to build resiliency. But then I also have to add that stammering as a verbal condition, people cope with it differently. Now, some coping mechanisms could be positive, others unhelpful. So for us, the message we send out there, or we teach the children who come for the camp, is not to worry too much about what people say about them. If it's not positive, just let it go. When you're in class and you raise your hand to answer a question, you want your voice to be heard. When people tell you, hey, keep quiet, what we say is, if you are told not to stammer, you are being told not to talk. Because when you talk, you stammer. That's who you are. So that's one thing. Just ignore what the public, if they want you to change your speech, because with stammering, there's not much we can do. We cannot cure stammering, right? So the best thing for us to do as a society is to be able to encourage people who stammer to dream, to chase their dreams, right? So that they can be able to speak from their hearts and live their life to the fullest. So one, just don't take what people say to heart. Two, when you get into like a hostile situation where people don't understand, and I think that's something that is very prevalent here in Ghana. Most people don't understand what stammering is about.
No, we don't.
So what we also teach them is, when you get to an environment where you feel it's hostile, instead of withdrawing, educate them.
Right.
Because we find out that when people are educated, some people change. Some just act out of ignorance. But with education, they are able to change the way they support us. So that's one thing. Also, we also teaching them to be able to, as they are advocating for themselves, they need to ask for accommodations. Like in class, sometimes we see some school teachers wanting to protect people who stammer. They don't want them to get involved in some activities that other children are engaged in. But what happens is, once teachers do that, the children who stammer feel different.
Yeah.
Other children see them to be different.
Yeah.
So we also teach them that, okay, what you can do as a person who stammers is, if a teacher thinks, okay, Matthew, I think you cannot do this because you stammer, what Matthew can say is, sir, I know I stammer and I can do this, right? To advocate for themselves, to ask for what they think they need. So those are some of the coping strategies, and how we can be found. Ghana Stammering Association, we are very active, as I said earlier, on Facebook. So once you go on Facebook, just look for the Ghana Stammering Association. You would see lots of things we've done in the past. We have videos, we have resources, and we also have like a website, I Stammer GH. We have it's a new website that we've built with support from UNDP Ghana. I need to add that. Shout out to them. Yeah, so basically that's who we are. And we also have a vibrant WhatsApp platform.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to join our WhatsApp platform is free to join, as a child who stammers, if you're an adult, a teenager, or even a parent.
So there's no age cutoff or age
There's
bracket?
no age cutoff or bracket. So everyone is welcome to join us.
The WhatsApp number?
Our WhatsApp number. So to join, you can send a WhatsApp message to 020-386-1333.
Okay, again?
020-386-1333.
All right.
Just send a WhatsApp, a message to that number, and let them know, okay, I want to join Ghana Stammering Association. Even if you're a professional who works with children who stammer, and you want to be an ally or a friend to people who stammer, you are welcome to also join us. We are happy to receive everyone, because we need a strong and a formidable group to actually bolster our advocacy efforts for people who stammer in Ghana.
Matthew, what advice or what advice would you give to other stammerers who don't know that such a group exists and can help them, you know, grasp stammering and also speak out for themselves?
Please, as you said, I can educate us or say to them that stammering is not a disease or like you went and copy from other one, but it is the way you talk. So you have to focus on your stammering. So when you are talking, let the stammering flow. Don't other people tell you that because of you are stammering, you cannot be doctor, nurse, or other future things. But believe in yourself and focus on your dreams and work on it.
All right, thank you. Emmanuel, I think same question. What message would you like to convey to us Ghanaians who don't understand stammering and, you know, all the things associated with it? Okay. You're a speech pathologist as well. Sure. So yes, educate us a little.
Basically, stammering is not a disease, as Matthew said. It's not something that can be learned or copied. And I find that to be a myth that is very common among Ghanaians.
Yeah, you see people trying to imitate people who stammer.
Yes, and people have that belief that if you try to imitate someone who stammers, then you catch stammering. But stammering is not something that we catch.
Yeah,
basically, you can't catch stammering at all. So stammering is, it has a strong genetic link, you know. So if someone is genetically predisposed, or there's a genetic predisposition first, then the environment and other factors could make that happen. So one is not something that we learn or we copy. So if you know a child who stammers and your child who doesn't stammer is playing with that child, don't be afraid that that child is going to transfer stammering to your child. The other thing I also want the public to know is that to cure stammering cannot be cured. As an adult, I've heard of adults who go for some pills because they want to cure their stammering. But
you stammer, but it's not often. Is that you've learned to cope with it?
Yes, it's about the coping mechanism. And I think the more you talk, and actually I'm also a speech and language pathologist, so I speak a lot, I engage people a lot, and I'm sure my friends watching me, when I was back in primary, I used to stammer more, a lot more, and because I didn't have that confidence then, I was quite shy. And you know, when you are shy, when you're not out there, you don't, there are some coping strategies that you can use, but then if you're not out there doing the things you love, it will be difficult to do those things. So that's to also say that let's allow people who stammer, our children, to go out there and explore. They should have fun. If your child says, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a doctor, who says they cannot be? You know, the past American president, Joe Biden, he's a president who stammers.
Yes, he does.
And he rose up to become the president of the United States of America. So I want to say that let's just support the dreams of people who stammer. Instead of telling them what they can do, let's ask them, what do you want to do and how can I support you? Also, when you meet a person who stammers, we shouldn't try to complete their sentences. Sometimes, I know, it's tempting, right? He's trying to say something, you can see he's struggling. It's like, you know, he's putting lots of effort, the words isn't coming out, you want to help. But sometimes, the people we've spoken with who stammer, some people don't like that. Right. Because they are like, okay, when you complete my sentence, perhaps that's not what I wanted to say. So you are taking the wind out of my sail. Right. So they want to say themselves, just give them time, let them say it, maintain eye contact, don't look away. Well, that shows you are listening and you are waiting for them to say what they want to say. Also, don't shout at children who are stammering. And don't tell them to talk properly or to talk well. Because the question I ask myself is that, what is talking well? That's the whole point. Because effective communication, speech or the verbal aspect is just a little percentage.
Right.
Most of what we do is non-verbal.
Right.
So that's the other part. And also speech and language therapists are available here in Ghana. So if you are a parent and you are concerned, your child is repeating sounds or is blocking on sounds, is struggling, and you want to know exactly what's happening with that child, you can visit any hospital in Ghana and ask to see a speech and language therapist. You'll be directed to them and they'll do a good evaluation to get to know if really this is stammering or it's something else.
Okay.
Better than the local and traditional solutions we have for things in Ghana here,
Right.
which doesn't really help, but does more harm than good.
Right. Matthew and Emmanuel,